Quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please make sure you followed your boy on Instagram at itsmrtaliaferro. The goal is 10,000 followers by the 1st of May. We're already more than halfway towards our goal. We got 5,400 on the gram. We're a little lit, but we need to get lit on the gram. So make sure you follow your boy for stories like this and more. As 20-year-old phenom rapper YNW Melly and his co-defendant YNW Bortlen, aka Cortland Henry, they both were in court over the week, as the two have been locked up since February of 2019, both facing double murder charges for allegedly killing two of their friends right next to them back in a vehicle back in 2018. So here's the story. According to law enforcement officials, YNW Bortlen arrived at an emergency room of Memorial Marimer Hospital near Fort Lauderdale around 4:30 in the morning on October 26th of 2018. He came with the bloody, bullet-riddled bodies of Anthony YNW Sack Chaser Williams and obviously Christopher YNW Juvie Thomas Jr. They both were pronounced dead at the scene. Now, Bortlen and Melly claim that some ops ran down on them and shot up a vehicle that the four of these guys were in, and Melly and Bortlen claim that they were both just lucky enough to escape without getting shot, and they're claiming that Sack Chaser and Juvie were not as lucky, who both were shot and killed. As the trial nears, family and friends were looking for an update on some type of bond for the two while they were in court last week. Here's the thing. Bortlen is getting close to a bond. The only reason why he didn't get a bond last week was because prosecutors claimed that one of Melly's and Bortlen's attorneys controlled the Miami apartment that was proposed to be Henry's home while he was out on bond. That arrangement would obviously violate a no contact order that prevents Melly and Bortlen from communicating, and that would have to be changed before either of the two were given any type of bond. That was according to Judge Andrew Siegel of Florida's 17th Judicial Circuit. You know what that tells me? If Bortlen was that close to getting to a bond, that tells me that Melly and Bortlen are making progress in their case. All right? If they really was in a bad spot, if they really were looking at never seeing the light of day again, they would not have the possibility of getting a bond. All right? There would never be a chance of bond. If they really felt like they had enough evidence to put these two away for good, they would not be getting a bond. All right, that's just a simple matter of the situation. The lawyers have been consistent with their approach in this case. Let's be clear. The lawyers for Bortlen and Melly, they're not trying to tell you that Melly or Bortlen did not kill their two former friends. All right, they're fighting the case of you can't prove it. That's what they're fighting. They're not trying to prove to you who's a good person or not. All they're saying is you don't have enough evidence to prove anything, and you're going to end up having to let my clients go. Pretty much, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit is the argument going back and forth in the courtroom. A police detective in a sworn affidavit argued that forensic evidence showed Cortland and Demons murdered Thomas and Williams, and then they staged the car to look like it was a drive-by shooting. Melly, after the shooting, if you remember correctly, he was on his Twitter and he said, "They took my brothers from me over jealousy. I know y'all watching over me, and after that they want to see me break down and stop in a jail or a box." Speaking of Melly, his mom was at his last court hearing, and her and the family got kicked out towards the end of it. Actually, the bailiff went over to her and warned her to watch what she posts on social media and what she says on social media about her son's case, because it can obviously be used against him and Bortlen as well. I saw that Melly posted on his social media teasing something was going to be released on 3/13. A lot of fans thought the something or someone was himself. That was not the case, as he was teasing a remix to a record he has with the now deceased rapper Juice WRLD. That's a quick news break with yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO. This is my opinion on this part of it. If I didn't know any better, I believe Melly and Bortlen are going to get some type of bond before their trial that is coming up at some point in 2020. So quick news break with yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO. Make sure you follow your boy on Instagram at itsmrtaliaferro. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro. Mr. Taliaferro.
Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.